Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very happy and important day for Telenor Satellite Broadcasting. It's your wife. Thor 7 is now on its way to its final destination. The waiting time is over. We can focus on growth. Thor 7 will provide us with growth capacity so we can strengthen the position we have in both broadcasting and datacom. It's very good for the company. It's a pleasure for me to thank those that have made this possible. First of all, Ariane. Having 64 consecutive successful launches is not by coincidence or by pure luck. It's because you are professional and you do the right things. And we are very grateful. So thank you very much. SSL, we have worked hard with SSL over a long period. They have a very professional team, dedicated, hard-working team, and we are very pleased with the result. Finally, the Telenor staff. A big group of people, I would say all employees, have been involved in this project for many, many years. Working hard, sweating, suffering, probably crying. But today we have seen success. So thank you very much to all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear customers, Arianespace, dear colleagues and co-passengers too. I'm delighted at having witnessed today at this successful launch carrying Sicral 2 and Thor 7 satellites in orbit. On behalf of Telespazio, I warmly congratulate Arianespace, Italian MOD and French DGA for this success. Today's launch is an important milestone in our binational space capacities. In fact, Sicral 2 program represents the right example of what nowadays a large and complex space program has to be in the sense of teamwork and cooperation. It's a collaboration between two customers, Italian and French MODs. It's a public-private partnership between customers and industry, Telespazio. And it's an industrial collaboration between Thales Arianespace and Telespazio. Sicral 2 mission will play a strategic role in military tactical satellite secure communications, continuing a path that started since Sicral 1 satellite launched in 2001, followed by Sicral 1B mission co-financed by Telespazio and launched in 2009, and consolidated by the Athena Fidus satellite launched last year here, that provides added value security and emergency services. Dear customers, we as Industrial Consortium have built a satellite, have developed and installed the ground segment and the infrastructures both in Italy and in France. We are performing LEOP and right now in Fucino at our Telespazio premises, and we will perform in-orbit tests. But after that, in a few weeks, this business will be about you. Thanks to everybody, and I'm Générale.
Ladies and gentlemen, first let me say how proud and thankful I feel to be here today and celebrate this event, so important for all our community. As you know, our common adventure started almost 10 years ago, when in 2006, Italy and France signed a letter of intent for a bilateral cooperation, unique example in Europe in the SATCOM domain, with the aim to develop in complementary way and with a share of relevant properties two satellite programs, Athena Fidus, launched last year and already operative, and Sicral 2. Today, with the excellent success of the Sicral 2 launch, we have accomplished the goal to have available a complete portfolio of MILSATCOM capabilities in terms of strategic and tactical military band, available also for supporting the civilian SATCOM in many other institutional contexts, for example, security, emergency, disaster relief, environmental calamities. Sicral 2 is intended to replace the first satellite of the Sicral constellation, Sicral 1, that in 2018, at the end of its extended operational life, will be deorbited. With Sicral 2, Italian MOD will continue to assure the communication support for all the critical missions where Italy could be involved, to satisfy national military and civilian emergency needs, and, last but not least, continue to offer SATCOM capabilities to NATO as requested in the NATO SATCOM post-2000 agreement. The success of today's launch is the result of synergic technical and operative efforts made by a lot of actors of the organization involved in the program. For that reason, on behalf of Italian MOD and in particular of Italian CHO, I would thank the industries, Thales Arianespace and Telespazio for the competence put in design and the development of the satellite and the ground segment exploited in national control centers. The France MOD for the excellent contribution to the cooperation assured in the two programs Athena and Sicral. The direction of the Arianespace Center, CNES Arianespace, for the excellent management of all technical and operational sequence from the receiving of the satellite in March up to today's launch and orbit phase. Finally, but not less importantly, I would thank the Norwegian co-passenger Telenor to have been patiently waiting a few months longer for the availability of our satellite. Before moving to the end of my speech, let me express my last personal thanks to all technical and administrative personnel of the Italian and French MOD. In particular, I want to underline the great competence of the personnel from TELDIF Directorate, Contracting Authority, from the Control Center of Vigne di Valle, and from DGA, that, with absolutely competence, have followed all technical, programmatic, operational, and financial aspects of our program. Actually, the today launch was possible also thanks to all the pertinent and demanding activities made by such people in order to make the Sicral 2 satellite be delivered in time for the shipment in Guyana. Thank you all for the attention and good luck.
Bonjour à tous. Je suis très heureux d'être ici pour deux raisons.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm very pleased to be here today for two reasons. I was appointed in my present position just 4 months ago, and this is an opportunity for me to see our first launch. And I spent a lot of time with French-Italian cooperation, and Sicral 2 is a good example of successful cooperation. DGA wishes to continue developing this type of approach, which are in the end much more efficient than long speeches. Sicral 2 will enable France to ensure hardened, secured military communications, space of jamming, for instance,
Elles permettent de préserver notre autonomie
stratégique. It will enable us to preserve our strategic autonomy and preserve our independence in conducting external operations decided by France. Sicral 2 is the supplement to the other satellites in orbit and is part of the system of military satellite communications offered by DGA. It offers resilience and responds to the growing needs of the armed forces in the area of telecommunications. It is a part of our transition towards the next system, Syracuse and COMSAT, which France plans to start in 2015. I also wish to congratulate Arianespace for this new successful launch, as well as the industrial and technical teams which contributed in the success of this exceptional launch. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank all the participants to this launch, mainly Arianespace and his team. I remember that Sicral 2 is a satellite which is coming from a big cooperation between industries and MOD, as already mentioned by my colleagues and customers, and that has been developed in 5 teams in 12 main sites in Europe. So it's a big teamwork that has been put in place and will successfully final stage today with the launch. I would like to remind something that it's quite interesting for us, for Thales Arianespace in the field of military telecommunications satellite, and is that level of investment that all the customers and industries has to put in this type of satellite, of mission, is really huge to keep the skills and the excellence of the companies. And we think that it's very difficult that in the near future some single nation could afford this type of investment. And cooperation will be a must for the next years. Cooperation means many things. Cooperation means cooperation between nations to share the costs. And by the way, Sicral 2 is like that with French and Italian MOD. Cooperation means cooperation with the industries. And by the way, Sicral 2 has a part of PPP, private-public investment, because Telespazio put money on this. And cooperation could mean also share between institution, defense mainly, and other type of business. And by the way, Athena Fidus was on this path, because it was for military and as well as for Italian Space Agency. So I have to say that the success of Sicral 2 today, which doubled the success of Athena Fidus last year, is the proof on the field that this type of approach works and works very well. So as Thales Arianespace, we want to continue on this path, and we are ready to cooperate on this type of programs. Just to mention COMSAT NG in France, the next Sicral 3 in Italy, and the new program of European Defense Agency, GovSatCom, for example, which is another example of this. So I would like to, coming back to the teamwork we made, I would like to repeat something that we said yesterday during the dinner, and is that all together we designed the satellite, all together we produce a satellite. Today, all together, we launched the satellite, and this together will last with the Italian MOD, French MOD, and industries for the next 15 years of operation in orbit. So, good luck to Sicral 2 and Athena Fidus, and good luck to us. Thank you.
Mesdames, Messieurs, alors d'abord, je voudrais excuser Jean-Yves Le Gall.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to apologize for Jean-Yves Le Gall, who should have been here, but who was forced to return to Paris because we got a bit late. But the main thing is that we were successful, and I will speak his words and speak on behalf of NES. This new launch is the 64th in succession, and it placed in orbit Sicral 2, which is a very important communication satellite, as well as Thor 7, which is important for the European Space Agency as well. And I wish to say that Sicral 2 is the equivalent of Athena Fidus, which we launched with Ariane 5 in February of last year. And this wonderful cooperation was due to agreements signed between the French and Italian MODs and CNES and the Italian agency, and indicating that the satellite should carry a payload for both countries. We found a model for the European Space Agency, which combines efficacy and speed, and France controls Athena Fidus, and Italy will control Sicral 2, and financially both states contribute more or less equally, just about equally, in the financial support of the program. And the success of this new launch is due to all of the industrialists, partners of CSG, and Arianespace, all of those who enable the launch base to respond to the needs of European space industry. I wish to thank the forces who protect the CSD under the authority of the prefect, and also thank the teams of CNES, which played a major role this evening. Space defense programs, be it communication or observation satellites, are a fundamental element in any military operation, and we're extremely proud of the capacity of European countries and France that they have this capacity, and this demonstrates the importance of mastering these technologies for our sovereignty. Concerning launchers, I would like to remind you of the historic decision taken at the Luxembourg conference in December of last year, where it was decided to launch the development of Ariane 6. Thanks to the leaders of our countries, we were able to convince leaders of funding this new program. We've also launched the restructuring of the space industry to improve its competitiveness, which will benefit employment everywhere in Europe and in Guyana. TSD will be welcoming Ariane 6, and the work will be beginning this year. And the first request for proposal were launched just a few weeks ago. This launch of Ariane 5 was iconic for our defense and our space policy. And I would like to congratulate again all of you for your level of excellence and this unique capacity you have in cooperating and joining your efforts to write new pages in the long history of space. I wish to thank you all and thank you for your patience, and have a very nice evening.
Bien, donc quelques mots en français pour terminer. Donc pour
just a few words in French to conclude, just to announce that there will be a launch for Direct TV, the American operator. It will be an all Direct TV launch. We will be launching Direct TV 1 and Sky Mexico 1, and we will be back in May with Ariane 5 for Direct TV. Enjoy the evening. Thank you all for your attention.
So, mission accomplished once again for Arianespace, and the third launch this year. Congratulations to everybody who's worked so hard to bring us to today. And congratulations to our customers, Telenor and Telespazio, and to the manufacturing teams, Space Systems Générale and Arianespace. And to the Italian and French MODs. 2 satellites now heading out on their journey to their final orbit. The best of luck to all the teams for the next phase of your operations. Thanks for joining us here live at the Guyana Space Centre. From me, Katie Haswell, goodbye.